This is the Healing Hour for April the 23rd, 2019. All right, we're now live again. This is Tyson Bannigan. This is the Healing Hour. I am the Illuminator, bringing you and humanity into the light, an energy detective, helping you take back your personal power and stand in your truth no matter what. I'm with you for the next hour. There's three ways in which you can join this call. You can see where we're broadcasting. You can click the link, which is a webinar link for Zoom, join me live, or you can also phone in toll free. And the number is 1-866-369-7464. And you can also ask your questions and comments below. And I'm noticing in the actual posting of this live that there is not the 800 number for some reason, so I'll put it in the comments below. Hi Ted, thanks for showing up. Please let your network know if you want to phone in toll free. I'll just give you the toll free number here. It's 1-866-369-7464, same number every week. All right, so there's the toll-free number. And Kitty, hello again. Welcome back. Please let your network know that we're live. And if you have any questions or concerns, please post them here. Okay, we're just going to start a watch party as well. Okay, and we'll go do that. And we'll just go over here and post it in the group here. Actually, we'll go. All right, I don't know what happened here. We'll go back and see if we can find that again. All right. Seems like we've missed that. All right, where are we? All right, it seems like we've lost the call again here. And see here. All right, so we're back over to the dowsing energy healing. And we're just going to put out the watch party to a page to the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy. Let them know that we're live as well. Okay. So we're just doing that now. And if you could let your network know that we are also live, that would be great. Okay, so we're just going to put out the watch party to a page to the Extraordinary. All right, so now we're back over to the Dowsing and Energy Healing closed Facebook group and see if we can pick up where we were before. Oh, it's interesting. Technology is not being very helpful today. Trying to find out where we're broadcasting. Oh, here we are. Okay, great. So we're back over here. Julie, welcome to the call. If you have any questions, please type them in here or feel free to phone in. Toll-free numbers in the comments and the likes, 1-866-369-7464. Kitty, thank you for showing up. Hillary, same with you. Any questions or comments, please type them in here. I greatly appreciate it. All right, so we're going to scroll down here and take a look at some of the other requests that we have here. All right, so interesting, how to remove negative energies from your home. There is a course available in the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy. It's $33. Well worth taking. It gives you 4 ways to clear your house or your property. It's interesting, there's 35 comments on how to clear your house in one share. There's everything from Shamanga, Swami, and Tamu talking about the number of herbs that are available and cow urine sprinkling every noon. Tibetan bells is one way he wants to approach it. Catherine suggests sea salt, and there's 26 different comments around how to do this. Sharon Little says talks about how to spin your pendulum counterclockwise and remove all the Curie lines, entities, personal zones, negative vortices, portals, etc., and connect it to the building and clear it that way. And Kate is suggesting a tuning fork at 528. I figure that's probably hertz. And there's suggestions about who else might be able to help as well. And burning sage is another one. Doing ceremony, tuning forks, and how to do them. It goes on and on and on and on. So anyway, feng shui, smudge sticks, salt burns, chants, bells, sandalwood. So you name it. There's all sorts of different ways, diagrams, and different ways in which you can go have. So you should have the cleanest house on your block. If you follow one or more of those methods to clean up your house, that would be wonderful. Clean mind, clean body, take your pick. Actually, don't take your pick, do both. Clean mind, clean body, and a clean house. And once again, I'd just like to reiterate, I had a call from the client who is doing both the personal clearing, the deep clearing protocol, and also the planetary one simultaneously, and is finding herself in overwhelm. She's in a healing crisis, too much going on. So if you're an empath, please be aware to start with yourself. Do the 21-day clearing, deep pendulum clearing, before you take on the planetary one. If you're doing both together, for most people that are empath, it's far too much. So remember the golden rule: self first, family second, and race third, or you could say planet third, or galaxy third, or fourth. So in other words, start with yourself, clear yourself, take back your personal power, stand in your truth before you start reaching out and doing it for the planet. Otherwise, you could be experiencing overwhelm. Where can I find the text for the Planetary Curing Protocol? Tony, if you just scroll down, I actually will come back and post it here. If you scroll down, you'll find a link that will take you through to the sign in for that. Ali, thanks for showing up. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, Sarif says he wants a healing session. What sort of healing session do you want? Tony, thanks for showing up. All of you, if you could let your network know that we're live, that would be great. That would be greatly appreciated, so other people can join us. Crystal, good to have you here. Dylan, good to have you here. All right, I'm not seeing any questions or comments yet, so please type them in. All right, so we're going to scroll down and deal with some of the requests here that are already in the group. All right, Personal Clearing Tuesday. What do you want to have help with to clear or let go of today? This could be trauma, unresolved emotion, family of origin, past life, matriarchal, patriarchal lineage, or inner child. Okay, we have Monique Sage, all forms of trauma and side effects. Okay, I think we've already done that last week, but we could do it again. All forms of psychic attacks for Mark Bull. Taryn wants both above and inner child, please. Okay. And Sunshine Gabby would like circumstance and family bloodlines and DNA. All right, those are all very interrelated. So let's do that. So if you have your pendulum, you can follow along with me. And when I say, I, Tyson Bannigan, my holy name, you repeat I and state your name. In my holy name, undertake the clearing, and just follow along with me. So I'll give you a bit of a chance to do that with me. So spinning your pendulum counterclockwise, it would be I, Tyson Bannigan, in my holy name. No, you state your name in your holy name. Undertake this clearing. Okay, say undertake this clearing. On behalf of all people on this call, or listening to this call now and in the future. And I'd like to clear all the requests, including that for Monique Sage, who would like to clear all forms of trauma and their side effects. And I'd like to do that for everybody on this call, all forms of psychic attack, all inner child problems, any circumstances that are non-beneficial from family bloodlines or DNA. We ask for the assistance of Divine Mother, Creator God, and of all that is, to assist us in this clearing and spinning our pendulum counterclockwise. We clear all of the timelines, and we clear all the multidimensional levels of reality, which are all of your chakras and all of the different multidimensional realities that you're inhabiting now. And we undertake this clearing throughout all time, space, and dimensions, both known or unknown. I declare it so in my holy name, so be it. It is done. Okay, so let your pendulum come to rest. Stop pinning it. And as it slows down, it's showing you that the action is completing. Okay, so now on a scale of 0 to 100, check if it's clear. Everybody on the call will be clear at this point. It's now 100% clear. So now we want to do installation. When you clear what you don't want, you want to install what you do want. So here goes, spinning the pendulum clockwise. It would be I install in my holy name, Dyson Manigan, that I am in the right place at the right time. I receive crystal clear guidance. I am free from all trauma, all psychic attacks, and I'm also have no bleed through from any lifetimes past, present, or future, and I'm free from any intrusions into my energy field from my soul family, my star family, or from my family of origin. And I declare it so, so be it. It is done. Okay, so that's a nice installation. I am a sovereign human being. I declare it so, so be it. It is done. Okay, that's a nice short form too. I declare I am a sovereign human being. I declare it so, so be it. It is done. Thank you. If you feel that you would like to include the fact that everything's showing up in your life for your own learning, you can say the Ho'oponopono prayer. So I love you for showing up in my life, whatever that experience is. I love you. I'm sorry that this had to show up in my life, because if I would have known that this was a problem, I could have cleared it previously and you wouldn't have had to show up. So I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me because I didn't know any better. And I thank you for showing up. So this is particularly good for anybody who, is in your face or bothering you, or you're feeling that somebody's not doing something correctly or bothering you. It's not them. It's they're showing up in your energy field for you to correct that inner reaction to them. And that's why you want to do the Ho'oponopono prayer. So I love you for showing up. I thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. And then I declare it so, so be it. It is done. So that's the way that you clear. Okay? And remember, everything that shows up in your life is for you to learn from, good, bad, and the ugly. You don't choose what shows up necessarily. I mean, you do indirectly with every thought, word, deed, and action. You create the world that you live in. But if what's showing up is not what you want, then look at what is the inner reflection. What's the magnetic attraction? What is unfulfilled or undealt with issues inside of yourself that creates the magnetic attraction for that person or situation to show up in your life, so that you can learn to clear that from your inner world. All right. So welcome all the new people to the group. We're now at 3,196 strong. Can you imagine all 3,196 people doing personal clearings at the same time, or doing planetary clearings at the same time? Could you imagine how powerful that is? Do you realize how quick we could bring about the new earth? Do you realize how quickly we could all become more enlightened? How much we could let go of it no longer serves us if we did it together? So the power is really in the collective, right? Yes, it's important for us to learn how to clear ourselves to start with, but when we can do it as a group, it's even more powerful. A little shout out to Sharon Little. She's on day 37, closing into that 40-day goal that she set for doing the deep clearing challenge. We are joining forces to give you a new version of the deep clearing that should be out within the next couple of weeks, combining what she's learned from her 40-day clearing and also what I'm coming to as well in update for the deep clearing. So there should be one within the next 14 days. All right, so I'm going to scroll back up, see if there's any requests for assistance underneath the broadcast today. Okay, Sarah Fetton, I think that's how you say your name. You didn't tell me what sort of healing session you'd like today. All right, so any comments in there or requests? That would be wonderful, okay? I'm going to scroll down and keep on going here. All right, so scrolling down here, we're coming to Building Clearing Monday. Which hospitals, prisons, schools, graveyards do you want help with to clear today? Please give us the full address. Okay, there's an address for Humboldt, Texas. There's one in Montgomery, Alabama. And there's another one in Oceanside, California. Okay, so if you have a place that you'd like to clear, or your house, or a property, or a school, a prison, a graveyard, a church, your parliament buildings, then it would go like this, okay? So I, Tyson Bannigan, in my holy name, with this is the Divine Mother and Creator God and all that is, undertake this clearing of the building, school, prison, graveyard, an address of all those requested in the deep clearing of the property, and all those that are listening to this call, please, in your mind's eye, picture the property or state out loud which property you'd like clear. Undertake this clearing throughout the multidimensional levels of reality. I clear all timelines, all geopathic stress running in and through or around the building. I clear all negative vortices, all intrusions into the energy field. I ask all elementals to operate at 100% of their divine essence to clear all negative intrusions into that energy field of that building or house. And I declare it so as I clear it throughout the multidimensional levels of reality and throughout all time, space, and dimensions. I declare it so in my holy name, so be it. It is, and thank you. Okay. I also encourage you to install a Christ grid. A Christ grid is really a structure. It's a geometrical structure. You can just picture it in your mind's eye. I think we've done this enough that if you just say Christ grid, it will actually be able to be installed. Here, I'll just show you what it looks like here. So this is what a Christ grid looks like. It's sacred geometry. If you look at it this way, it's a Merkaba. If you look at it this way, it's a lattice. So there's multiple ways that you can hold this, and there's geometry within geometry within geometry that's in this structure. That I call the Christ grid that you could install in the property that you want to have clear, like particularly good for hospitals and for daycare centers, schools, where you want everybody there to be safe and protected, and also that their healing in a hospital can help them with ease and grace. So it would go like this. So pitting the pendulum clockwise, I call on Divine Mother, Creator God, and all that is in my holy name to install the Christ grid in the property that you have in mind. And I install this permanently so that anybody entering into that property is free and clear of any intrusions in their energy field from any and all sources and all non-beneficial energies who must leave immediately. And I declare it so, so be it. It is done. Thank you. And I ask that this Christ grid be installed permanently in this property now and forevermore. I declare it so, so be it. It is done. Thank you. All right, so that's installing a Christ grid. You can install it right in the door so that, that throughout the building, but when you all come through the door, that you will automatically be, the person will be cleared. This will stop any, craziness going on, anybody who wanting to do damage to a mosque or to a school. They will just feel immediately repelled as they approach the building. They'll actually be quite sick and will immediately want to leave. So it's really a way in which to protect sacred sites, buildings, hospitals, mosques, churches. It's really good in a hospital so that those that are there for healing will heal quickly, and those that are ready for transition can transition with ease and grace. For schools, again, protection and for enlightenment of the students that are there, and on and on. So you can see that the Christ good can be used in a very positive way to help bring about change and transformation on the planetary and personal level in the buildings in which we occupy. All right. There's a post here about, did you know that you can rewire your brain to be happy by simply recalling 3 things you're grateful every day for 21 days? Yes. If you're struggling with prosperity and abundance, then the key to prosperity and abundance is to really be grateful for what you've already received. Because when you let the universe know that you're grateful for what you've already received, then it's putting out a magnetic attraction to bring more of that to you, right? The universe delivers to you what with magnetic attraction, what you focus on, right? And so if you're saying, I'm truly grateful for the 3 things every day for 21 days, you're setting that intention from your conscious mind to your unconscious to run it 24/7, 365 to bring more prosperity and abundance to your life. So the attitude of gratitude is one of the basic fundamental principles of prosperity and abundance. And the other one is self-love. If you love yourself unconditionally, you will allow the divine flow to return to you according to your ability in which you can love yourself, which then allows you to love others, right? And as you give, you shall receive. Okay, I'm going to scroll back up and see if there's any requests or comments as we're broadcasting the show today. All right. No, I don't see anything. Don't forget, you can type in any healing requests right here underneath the broadcast, and I'll be able to answer them for you. Or you can phone in toll free 1-866-369-7464, or join me on Zoom with the link is in the comments describing this broadcast. Okay, same Zoom link every week, same toll free number, and I'm back answering all of the requests here in the Dowsing and Energy Closed Facebook group. Thank you for all of you that have subscribed to the Academy YouTube channel. If you miss a show or a Healing Hour show, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Academy YouTube channel, it will send you a notice every time I post a new video. Okay, so it's well worth doing that. I think we're close to 750. I'd love to get to 1,000. So if you could help us do that, that would be wonderful. Okay, gratitude, the attitude of gratitude. We talked about this. And it's really great. One of the things that you can do is in the attitude of gratitude on Sunday, state the 3 things that you're grateful for every day. So that would be 7 times 3, that would be 21. And if you stated 21 things you were grateful with and listed them out every Sunday, then we would know that you're doing that 21 days of gratitude to bring prosperity into your life. So Monique has been doing this attitude of gratitude pretty consistently. She says, I am grateful for divine intervention. And Brenda Lanoff, home from hospital, survived surgery. And I saw Brenda running around in a cart. She had a broadcast live from a cart in one of the local stores. What's the store, Sarah, with the cart? Oh, Costco. She was around.
No, Walmart.
Walmart and Costco have carts, so she was broadcasting from her cart, saying how grateful she was after surgery to be able to get around and get out and be shopping. And C. Jean says, I'm grateful for my cats. And yes, I'm truly grateful for my cat too. I'm not sure who's running the house, me or the cat. Janet Splintler says, grateful for a roof over my head, a tuna sandwich, and hopefully a ride to get food at the market soon. Was an ER for migraine, and MD was a medic. MD was high blood pressure. MD said was high blood pressure. Lost ride to market. Well, Janet, I hope you're feeling better. Don't forget, you can always clear using your pendulum to clear and bring down your blood pressure. Melissa says, knowing that my beautiful son Benjamin is always with me. That's great. Nothing like loving your children and being grateful for them. And yours truly, Tyson says, I'm grateful for the beautiful sunny Easter day in my garden. All right. Scrolling down here, seeing if there's any more comments or requests. Girish Gilman says, this group is such a blessing. Thank you all for your contributions. Yes, it truly is. Thank you all for contributing. And okay, now we're Elemental Assisted Saturday for comments. Monique says the element of fire for transformation and transmutation. Sunshine Gabby, fire for protection and energy shifts. Marlon Kalkin says anything for some energy, tired all the time. Right, so let's work on that one. Marilyn Kalkin says thank you. Lizzie Drissup says thank you. And fire for protection. So yeah, this is really interesting. Here we have the one request for the fire element, and it would go like this: I, Tyson Bannigan, in my holy name, call on the fire element to assist us in the following ways: for transformation, for transmutation, for fire, for protection of the fire on my belly, to shift energy, to burn up what no longer serves me, to bring me vital energy so I'm not tired, and for protection. Look at all the different ways that you can call on fire to assist you. And of course, if there's too much fire, then you're going to end up having, a headache, or you're going to have burning up with a fever. So at that too much fire, you can balance that out with any one of the other elementals, like air to dampen it down, or to have water to dampen it down too. So it looks like the theme today for this week was fire, the fire elemental. All right. Scrolling down here. This is a post from Marie Nartumid. Your entire world is about to change, but it will change from the inside out. And as you are amongst the pioneers, you are the ones who will embody this change first. Yes, again, so back to the theme that I was saying at the beginning of this call, is you want to do the 21-day clearing for yourself first, because the change and transformation for the planet begins and from the inside out, right? And so clear yourself first, take back your personal power, stand in your truth no matter what. Clear your bioenergy system from any intrusions from any null sources. Then clear your family and your loved ones, and then you can start to take on the planet, right? So from the inside out, or self first, family second, and race third. Okay, scrolling down here, Mother Earth Planetary Clearing Friday. Specific areas on Mother Earth or planetary systems such as rivers, streams, oceans, currents, tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes that you want some help with. Yes, okay, lots going on the planet. The belief system in the Tao and amongst indigenous people is that we are responsible for all that shows up on planet Earth. So all floods, all pestilence, all earthquakes, all trauma, volcanoes, climate change, weather modification, 5G, all these things that we're in the midst of are the result of our own human inability to take on a responsibility as Earth stewards, and that is to be to assist like a doula for the birthing of Mother Earth. And in doing the birthing of Mother Earth, she really what this means is she is letting go of the incrustations of all the thought forms, all the matrices, all the bondage that we have put on her to make her do certain things, like mining her because we need her minerals, or damming her dams because we want energy, or having a war because we want to have power over others. And all this negative energy gets locked into the geopathic stress lines. And those are like pinning a butterfly or pinning something alive and killing it at that point. And that gets locked into that place. So, for example, where as Auschwitz, that's like a pin that's been driven into the earth there, that all that trauma that happened there is embodied in the stress lines of that particular area, uh, or a graveyard, the same wherever there is souls that have been trapped through trauma, conflict, war, pestilence, violent death, that are still disincarnate, are still there encumbering the ability for the earth to shed its skin like a snake to go through this transmutation. And as an earth steward and as a dowser, your job, if you should so choose it, and I hope you do, is to clear that geopathic stress, to free it, to unpin that locking down of that timeline that pins that timeline at that particular reference point. And when you pull the pin, the earth can go back to its natural flow of energy and heal herself. So it's not as though, it's not that we're healing Mother Earth, we're healing the trauma in which we've encapsulated the earth. We're healing the thought forms and timelines that we've superimposed on top of the earth. So, for example, with the fire in the cathedral, prior to the cathedral, and the Knights Templar were responsible for building that cathedral as part of the honoring of Mary Magdalene, the divine feminine. But once again, it's a thought form. It's an attempt to co-opt the Gaia energy that was already a sacred site there and a sacred well that was pre-Druidic at that particular energy point, which is now in Paris. And by superimposing these structures and belief systems of Catholicism and whatnot, and Knights Templar on top of this, is putting the earth in bondage. And the earth wants to free herself from all man-made matrices, right? She needs to, if we're going to go through this planetary transformation, then she has to be free to birth herself in a new way. And so, like the skin of a snake, it's too tight, it's too restrictive. She must rid herself of these thought forms. So we'll have more of that letting go that will occur. And as we just passed Easter and we think of, wow, there was a being named Christ and he went through transfiguration and resurrection, and he did it for us, which there's nothing wrong with thinking of that. But instead of thinking of it as something separate from us, or as something that somebody did for us, or that this church is doing this at this sacred site for us, what are you doing? What's your transmutation? What's your resurrection? What's your transfiguration? What are you letting go of on your cross of time and space? How have you paid yourself into that moment on Easter? What are you willing to let die to be reborn as the new you? So this is not something outside of you. This is something inside of you that brings about the change and transformation. So that's what it is to be an earth steward, is to work from the inside out, that knowing that the change and transformation occurs as an inside job first. All right. Scrolling down here, Promotional Thursday. Now, on every Thursday, you are welcome to post any requests to assist anybody in this group. So feel free to let people know what sort of healing services you have, what dowsing you can offer to people. And so people will know in the group that they can come to you for assistance in a particular area of your expertise. All right, and we're back to gratitude here, the Gratitude Sunday. And don't forget, the attitude of gratitude is for change and transformation. And you could post your 5 things that you are grateful for every day there. So on Sunday, that would be 21 things that you were grateful. They could be the same 5 every day, but the fact that you remember what they are and write them out will bring more strength to that clearing. All right, let's see here. Peace Process Wednesday. What are you wanting clearing help with in the violence worldwide war zones? We talked all about that. Okay, so we're going to scroll back up and see if there's any requests here for some assistance underneath where I'm broadcasting in the Dowsing and Energy Healing Closed Facebook group. Okay, here we are. Richard Delusage, good to hear from you. Got any questions? I'd love to hear from you. I hope all is well with you. Kitty Michelle, if we could clear all blockage to accessing and achieving our highest good, that would be awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, we're dealing with, it's like a daily event. It's sort of like you don't take one shower a week, you take a shower every day or every other day. So that's why it's important to do a deep clearing or short clearing every time you're out of sorts. It's a way of clearing your energy field because we're so bound up with our belief systems. We get angry, we get frustrated, we get upset, we get traumatized. We want it to be different than it is. And really, it's not what's showing up that's important, it's how we react to it. And for me, it's a never ending process of awareness that I have to work on all of the time. So I have a choice. Do I come from my human mind consciousness, which is caught into the matrix of fear, doubt, shame, guilt that I'm not good enough, or I have to work hard, or I have to do this, or I have to do that? Or do I remember that I'm a child of God, that my true nature is that I'm one with Source, always have been, always will be, that I love my Creator, and there's nothing I can say or do that will alter that. The only way that I could feel detached from that that sacred connection is if I disbelieve it within myself, which is the fact that I don't love myself unconditionally. And if Creator loves me unconditionally, then the only thing that separates me from being one with Creator is my own belief system. Could I post an image of the Christ grid on the Facebook page? Yeah, I could take a picture of it, but here it is again in the video. You can see it this way, and you can see it this way. You can see the Merkaba here, which is our interdimensional way that we travel, the divine masculine and the feminine, the sacred marriage inside. There's a matrix this way. It's really quite fascinating. Every way that you turn it, the lattice is different, right? Okay. Hopefully you can see that on the video, but I will put a picture in here. And in this is all the sacred geometry, the 5 platonic solids that make up the universe and the structure, and they all vibrate at certain vibrational frequencies and colors. This is the basis of our reality. And the thing is that this matrix, all structures in the universe are based on this matrix. And then attached to that matrix is all of our thought forms, which pin down the matrix and distort it with our thought forms and create a different timeline. And the work with the Cindy Johnson and clearing those timelines is to bring it back to this original blueprint, right? This is like a galactic or intergalactic blueprint, or let's say the blueprint of creation, right? All the way up and all the way down, from the subatomic to the multiverse. This is the same structure. It's when we superimpose our thought forms, or even a lesser God says, let me change the structure of this reality by distorting it this way, then we've created a timeline and a distortion that takes this configuration and bastardizes it. And then we start to suffer because we're not in alignment with our true nature. We're not in alignment with the universal order. We're not in alignment with Gaia. And therefore, we feel disconnected. We feel detached from our own inner nature and from the living nature of Gaia. What's happening in our civilization is we've lost our connection to nature, and therefore our own inner nature. We feel lost. We feel that there's something missing because we distorted this grid line, these grids, these sacred grid lines, with our thought forms. And it's a free universe, right? And that means that we have an unlimited ability to create whatever we want. And most of us don't know that we're creating. We're master creators. We just are not aware that we're creating with every thought, word, deed, and action. And therefore, for most of us, we're not happy with the consequences, but we don't know that we created the mess that we're living in, right? So hopefully that makes sense. All right, so we're getting close to the hour. Got 10 more minutes to go. So Crystal, I will post an image there. Hopefully you did get to see the grid line there. All right, let me see if there's any other comments or requests or assistance. So I like what you said, Kitty, that if we could clear all blockages to accessing and achieving our highest good, that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be what's called heaven and earth. That would be our ability to take back our personal power and stand in our truth, to be free of any intrusions into our energy field from any and all sources, known or unknown. All right, so let me just see. I think that's just about it. I'm just going to see if there's any more requests. Don't forget, you can phone in toll free, 1-866-369-7464. Ask a question, receive a clearing, or you can ask it right here in the group, and I'll see if I can get to it, or you can join me on Zoom. We have a few more minutes on this call until the top of the hour. 18 comments. Okay, let me just see if we got all these answered. Hi, Linda. Thanks for showing up. Richard Jalusic, thanks for showing up, buddy. Annette, you're just listening. Need some help, Annette? Are you okay? Let's see here. Who else we got here? It's interesting. We can't get all the comments all at the same time. Only can get a few of them. All right. I don't see any new comments. Okay. All right. So in the last week, somebody asked where can you get the planetary clearing protocol information, and I'll be able to post that here. All right, so we're going to call it a wrap. Thank you for showing up. This is Tyson Benning, and this is the Healing Hour. I'm live every Tuesday, same time, same place. In the meantime, you can head over to the Dowsing Energy Healing Closed Facebook page and ask your questions there, and we'll get them answered during the call, or I'll answer them actually in the group. Please let people know that we are live every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And bye for now. The Healing Hour is brought to you every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time,
or 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Phone in toll-free in North America, 1-866-369-7464. The show is broadcast live through Facebook and Zoom at the closed Facebook group, Dowsing in Energy Healing. We're hosted by the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy and the Wellness Store. Until next week, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.